Imagine this. You wake up, stretch your arms, and feel a slight ache in your back or knees. Maybe your balance isn't what it used to be. Or perhaps you've noticed that climbing stairs takes just a bit more effort these days. If you're over 60, these signs might feel like normal aging. But what if I told you something far more alarming? That the very foods you trust, foods marketed as healthy, could be quietly destroying your bones each morning? Yes, your breakfast may be doing more harm than good. Each day, millions of adults start their mornings with flavored yogurt, granola bars, or even that classic glass of orange juice. These are advertised as convenient, wholesome, and energizing. But behind the attractive packaging and clever marketing lies a reality no one is telling you. These foods are packed with hidden sugars, inflammatory additives, and bone-depleting ingredients. Let's take flavored yogurt as an example. It's often seen as a light, calcium-rich option for bone health. But many commercial varieties contain over 20 grams of sugar per serving, nearly as much as a candy bar. And excess sugar? It robs calcium from your bones and raises cortisol, accelerating bone loss over time. Or how about granola bars? They promise fiber, whole grains, and energy, but are usually loaded with corn syrup, artificial preservatives, and refined oils. These can lead to systemic inflammation, a major contributor to weakened bones and joints. Instant oatmeal? Often, it's a packet full of sweeteners and additives that spike your blood sugar and interfere with mineral absorption. And processed cereals? Many are fortified with synthetic nutrients that your aging digestive system struggles to absorb. What's worse, they're often coated in sugar or contain glyphosate-laced grains that could trigger gut inflammation, which further disrupts calcium and magnesium uptake, two minerals critical to bone strength. Lastly, that glass of healthy orange juice? Unless you're squeezing it fresh, chances are it's been pasteurized and pumped with added sugars. The acid load from these juices can leach minerals from your bones to maintain your body's pH balance. So what do all these so-called healthy breakfasts have in common? They create bone stress. Slowly, silently, and daily. You're doing your best, choosing what seems right. But without realizing it, your morning choices could be weakening your foundation, your skeletal health. For people over 60, this is a silent crisis. The National Osteoporosis Foundation estimates that 1 in 2 adults over 50 is at risk of breaking a bone due to low bone density. So if you've been doing all the right things, yet still feel stiffness, weakness, or recurring joint discomfort, it's not just age. It could be your breakfast. And that's the terrifying part. These damaging habits don't feel like red flags. They feel normal, comforting, even nutritious. But they're slowly eating away at your strength from the inside. The good news? You can change this. In the next section, we'll take a closer look at why these healthy foods are so deceptive and how science has finally begun to uncover the hidden mechanisms that make them harmful to your bones. Are you ready to see what's really happening behind the breakfast bowl? Let's lift the veil and look deeper. Why would something as simple as flavored yogurt or a granola bar hurt your bones? Isn't yogurt rich in calcium? Aren't whole grains good for energy and digestion? That's the promise we've been sold for decades. But modern food science tells a different story, one that's especially important for anyone over 60. Let's start with sugar, the biggest hidden villain in these breakfast items. You see, when you consume excess sugar, especially the refined kind found in processed yogurts, cereals, and juices, your body releases a hormone called insulin to bring your blood sugar back down. But here's what most people don't know. This spike in insulin causes your body to become more acidic. And to neutralize that acid, your body pulls calcium and other minerals out of your bones. This is called calcium leaching, and it's been linked to a decrease in bone mineral density over time. Think about that. Every spoonful of sugar doesn't just raise your energy, it may be draining your bones dry. Now let's talk about phosphates, which are common in breakfast cereals and processed grains. These compounds, often added as preservatives or flavor enhancers, disrupt your body's calcium-phosphorus balance. Too much phosphate can cause calcium to be excreted in your urine rather than used to maintain strong bones. Even instant oatmeal, a food long associated with heart health, is often filled with chemical additives like artificial flavors and thickening agents. These additives interfere with your gut microbiome, which in turn disrupts how your body absorbs key bone-building minerals like magnesium, zinc, and calcium. And then there's orange juice, especially the kind that's labeled with added calcium. It sounds beneficial, but here's the catch. That calcium is usually in the form of calcium carbonate, a synthetic version that's poorly absorbed, particularly in older adults. Plus, high-acid drinks like orange juice can erode tooth enamel and contribute to inflammation, which again leads back to weakened bones. But perhaps the most disturbing thing is this. Your breakfast might be triggering chronic low-grade inflammation. Over time, inflammation wears down cartilage, interferes with mineral absorption, and accelerates osteoclast activity, the process by which bones break down. If your mornings begin with foods that increase inflammation, you're essentially telling your body, start the day by weakening your skeleton. This isn't theory, it's backed by studies. For example, a 2017 study in the journal Osteoporosis International found that high-sugar diets were directly associated with lower bone density in older adults. And a 2020 review in Nutrients concluded that ultra-processed foods increase the risk of osteoporosis by promoting metabolic stress and poor calcium retention. So why are these foods still labeled as healthy? Marketing, convenience, habit. But you don't have to fall for it, because now you know, the bright packaging, the comforting routine, it's all masking a biochemical assault on your bones. But here's the good news. Once you see the hidden dangers, you're free to make smarter choices. You don't have to give up delicious breakfasts. You just need to swap out the troublemakers for bone-friendly alternatives. And that's exactly what we'll begin to explore in the next section, where real hope begins. Now that we've uncovered the hidden dangers in many healthy breakfast foods, let's take a breath. Because here's the empowering truth. You can rebuild bone strength, starting with breakfast. Yes, even if you've been eating flavored yogurt or processed cereal for years. Even if you've already noticed signs of bone weakness or joint discomfort, your body still holds incredible potential for renewal. And the key is this. When you remove bone-depleting foods and replace them with nutrient-dense, anti-inflammatory options, your body begins to shift. Your hormones stabilize. Your gut absorbs minerals better. And your bones get the raw materials they need to rebuild density and resilience. Let's talk about what that looks like in real life. Instead of flavored yogurt, switch to plain Greek yogurt, rich in protein, calcium, and probiotics that support your gut microbiome. Add in some chia seeds or a handful of berries, and you have a bone-nourishing breakfast with no added sugar and plenty of natural antioxidants. Ditch the granola bars and try overnight oats made from steel-cut oats. Unlike instant oatmeal, steel-cut oats are minimally processed and help regulate blood sugar. Add a dash of cinnamon, a scoop of nut butter, and some pumpkin seeds for added magnesium and zinc, 2 essential minerals for bone repair. Craving something crunchy like cereal? Opt for homemade granola using rolled oats, almonds, walnuts, and a touch of raw honey. Not only is it free of inflammatory oils and hidden sugars, but it provides fiber and healthy fats that keep bones and joints lubricated and strong. And that morning glass of orange juice? Try infused water with lemon and mint, or sip on a green smoothie made from spinach, banana, and almond milk. Leafy greens are rich in vitamin K2 and calcium, and the banana adds potassium, critical for neutralizing the acid load in your body and protecting bone minerals. More importantly, by avoiding refined sugar and chemical additives, you reduce inflammation at the cellular level. That helps quiet osteoclasts, the cells responsible for bone breakdown, while activating osteoblasts, the cells that build new bone tissue. Here's something even more hopeful. According to research in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research, even modest improvements in diet can increase bone mineral density by up to 3% in a single year, especially in older adults who cut out processed foods and boost their intake of whole, nutrient-dense meals. You don't need expensive supplements or fad diets. You need real food, eaten consistently, with an understanding of what nourishes the bones from the inside out. So if you've been feeling worried about your bone health, if the aches, pains, or balance issues have made you anxious, you're not stuck. You're not broken. You're not too late. In fact, by taking control of your breakfast, you're giving your body the signal to begin healing. In the next part, I'll show you exactly why these changes work, and how thousands of seniors are using this knowledge to rebuild stronger bones, reduce joint pain, and feel younger in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. By now, you may be wondering, does this really work? Can changing my breakfast truly rebuild my bones? And the answer is, yes, absolutely. Thousands of seniors across the world are already experiencing the difference, and it's not because of some expensive supplement or overnight miracle. It's because they made a simple decision to stop unknowingly harming their bones with deceptive, healthy foods and start nourishing their bodies with bone-building nutrition from the first bite of the day. Let me share a few examples. Meet Linda, 68, from Florida. For years, she started her mornings with granola bars and low-fat flavored yogurt. She thought she was making smart choices, but she began feeling stiffness in her knees, and her doctor told her she had early signs of osteopenia. Linda decided to make a change. She swapped her granola bar for a boiled egg and a small bowl of steel-cut oats with ground flaxseed and berries. Instead of orange juice, she drank warm lemon water with a pinch of turmeric. After 3 months, she reported increased mobility and less morning stiffness. At her follow-up scan 12 months later, her bone density had stabilized. A huge win. Then there's Michael, 72, a retired architect. He loved his daily bowl of cereal and orange juice. But after learning about how added sugars and synthetic vitamins in processed cereal were impairing his calcium absorption, he transitioned to a protein-rich breakfast, cottage cheese with walnuts and fresh fruit. Within weeks, he noticed his posture improving and fewer episodes of joint discomfort during his morning walks. What do these real-life stories tell us? That small, consistent changes to your morning routine can ripple outward into massive improvements in your skeletal health, energy levels, and overall confidence as you age. And the science supports these stories. A 2019 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed fewer added sugars and more whole food calcium sources had higher bone mineral density and fewer fractures over a 10-year period. Another study from the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging revealed that older adults who consumed high-protein breakfasts had better muscle mass and stronger bones, reducing the risk of falls and fractures. This isn't anecdotal, it's evidence-based. You've been told to rely on processed cereals, instant oats, or fruit juices because they're fortified or easy. But the truth is, your body wasn't designed to thrive on chemical-laced, sugar-heavy breakfast options. Especially not after 60, when every bite matters more than ever. So now, when you look at that brightly colored box of cereal or the yogurt cup promising 10 grams of protein, you'll see more than just marketing. You'll see the truth. And with that truth comes power. The power to choose what truly serves your bones. You can trust your body to respond. You can trust the science. And most importantly, you can trust yourself to make the right choices, because you now understand what's happening on the inside. In the next section, I'll guide you step by step through the best morning strategy to protect, strengthen, and revitalize your bones starting tomorrow. Get ready to take action with clarity and purpose. So what should your breakfast look like if your goal is to protect and rebuild your bones? Let's make this simple, practical, and immediately actionable. Because the truth is, you don't need a complicated diet. You just need the right ingredients. Nutrient-rich, anti-inflammatory, and designed to support bone density and mineral absorption. Here's your Bone Smart morning routine, broken down step by step. Step 1. Hydration that heals. Start your morning with a glass of warm lemon water, and if possible, add a pinch of turmeric or a slice of fresh ginger. This hydrates your cells, supports your liver, and creates a slightly alkaline environment, which protects your bones from mineral loss. Avoid fruit juices with added sugar. They spike your blood sugar and lead to calcium leaching. Step 2. Build a bone-strong plate option. A. Savory breakfast, ideal for stability and energy. 2 boiled or scrambled pasture-raised eggs, rich in protein, vitamin D, and healthy fats. 1/2 avocado provides magnesium, potassium, and healthy fat. A side of sautéed spinach or kale, packed with calcium, vitamin K2, and antioxidants. Option B, sweet but smart. 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds or ground flax seeds, loaded with calcium and omega-3s. 1/2 cup of fresh berries, antioxidants that reduce inflammation. Optional. Sprinkle with cinnamon for blood sugar control. Step 3. Ditch these 5 morning mistakes. Let's recap the 5 healthy breakfast foods you must avoid. Flavored yogurt, packed with hidden sugars that deplete bone minerals. Granola bars, processed with refined oils, syrups, and additives. Instant oatmeal, full of artificial ingredients and high glycemic impact. Processed cereals, synthetic vitamins, low-quality grains, and high sugar. Orange juice, store-bought. Acidifying, sugary, and not truly bone-friendly. These foods look healthy, but they're secretly making your bones weaker. Removing them from your diet is a major step toward healing. Step 4. Add bone-supporting supplements, if needed. If your doctor recommends it, you may consider vitamin D3 plus K2 to help calcium go to your bones, not your arteries. Magnesium glycinate or citrate for better absorption and reduced inflammation. Collagen peptides to support bone matrix and joint health. But remember, food is your foundation. Supplements only enhance what your breakfast already starts. Step 5. Move your body. Even a 15-minute morning walk or stretch session helps your bones stay active. Weight-bearing movement signals your body to build bone tissue. Pairing this with the right nutrition makes your morning truly powerful. This isn't about perfection. It's about a consistent shift toward nourishing your bones instead of draining them. Each breakfast is an opportunity to move closer to stronger posture, improved balance, and freedom from the stiffness that slows you down. And you don't need to overhaul your entire life. Just begin with breakfast. In the final part, we'll talk about what happens when this morning habit becomes your new normal. The long-term effects are profound, and they'll empower you to live with greater strength and vitality well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Imagine waking up in the morning with confidence in your step, steadiness in your legs, and less fear of falling or breaking a bone. Imagine your knees no longer ache as you walk across the room. Your back feels more upright. You feel strong, mobile, and alive. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's what happens when you nourish your bones consistently, day by day, starting with your first meal. Because here's the truth. Your bones are living tissue. They're not static. Even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, your body is constantly remodeling bone, breaking it down and rebuilding it. And what you feed that process either helps it or hurts it. You now know the 5 deceptively healthy breakfast foods that silently harm your bone health. Flavored yogurt, granola bars, instant oatmeal, processed cereals. Orange juice with added sugars, they look innocent. But over time, they rob your bones of the minerals, structure, and strength they desperately need. Now contrast that with the bone-nourishing breakfast we discussed. Whole eggs for protein and D3 Greek yogurt or cottage cheese with chia and berries. Spinach, kale, and healthy fats like avocado, herbal teas, or lemon water instead of sugary juice. This morning habit doesn't just feed your body, it sends a message. I choose strength. I choose longevity. I choose to stand tall every single day. And the best part? You don't need willpower. You need a ritual, a habit that becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth. You make your bone-friendly breakfast, you sit down with gratitude, and you give your body what it's been asking for, real nourishment. The effects ripple outward. Your posture improves, your energy stabilizes, you feel safer and more capable in your movements. Your doctor notices better lab results. And best of all, you feel proud of how you're caring for your body. This is how empowered aging begins. Not with medication, not with surgery, but with knowledge, action, and commitment. So I invite you, make tomorrow morning your turning point. Remove just one of the bone-sabotaging foods we talked about. Replace it with something healing. Then do it again the next day, and the next. In 30 days, you'll notice the difference. In 3 months, others will notice the difference. And in a year, you won't believe the strength, balance, and vitality you've regained. Your bones carry you through life. It's time to carry them too, with care, wisdom, and love. This is Dr. Jonathan Blake reminding you, you're never too old to grow stronger, and the best time to begin is right now.